Hey there guys, and welcome to another Borderlands 2 video. In this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to summon a series of secret Thresher bosses, ending with Rue the Love Thresher in the Raka Distillery area of Mad Moxxi in the Wedding Day Massacre Headhunter DLC. Now in order to summon each of these named Threshers, you have to go out and find a specific Thresher bait, which is hidden somewhere in this area. These baits also scale up in rarity, from white to green, blue, purple, and finally ending in orange or the legendary bait. So first off, I'll show you guys where each of the baits are located at. The white Thresher bait is the most obvious to spot and is right next to the bridge you have to cross where all the Thresher fishing poles are located at. The next Thresher bait is the green one, which is in the motel area after you cross the bridge and head up a dirt ramp. It should be sitting in a bucket on the porch. The blue rare Thresher bait is one of the harder ones to find and is in the very back portion of the distillery behind one of the large tanks. The purple Thresher bait is easier to spot and is found only a few rooms after the blue bait in a large open room of the distillery. Head up the small set of stairs and it will be in the corner. The final legendary Thresher bait is not actually found on the map in this area, but happens to be a guaranteed drop from the repeatable Happy Couple boss fight. If you guys need help beating them or some tips, I do have a specific video just for that fight which will be linked in the video and description. Once you have all the baits you need, run back to the fishing poles surrounding the bridge at the beginning of this area and find which pole is usable in order to begin fishing up the Threshers. Note that you don't have to have all the baits in order to begin fighting them, but I do believe you have to go in order of rarity. Also, I've noticed that each of these Threshers' names is a reference to some fictional sea monster. The first Thresher is Sigmund, and there's nothing really to say about him, he's pretty easy all around, but his name is a reference to Sigmund from the old television show Sigmund and the Sea Monsters. The second Thresher you face is ika-roa, and make sure you watch out for a singularity attack which will pull you into certain death. All you really have to do to avoid it is just make sure you put some piece of cover in the way so you can't be pulled towards him. Ika-roa's name comes from the same name as a fish from Maori mythology that gave birth to all the stars. The third Thresher is Moby, and this giant white Thresher will have individual tentacles which will attempt to throw harpoons at you. By the way, you can actually second wind off these tentacles if you need to in a pinch. Moby's name is very clearly a reference to the famous great white whale, Moby Dick. The fourth Thresher is Fire Kraken, and this badass Fire Thresher has a few Fire Nova attacks as well as separate tentacles, so just keep your distance and you won't be too much of a problem. Fire Kraken's name derives from the Kraken, which is a legendary Norse sea monster. The fifth and final Thresher will of course be Rue the Love Thresher with its signature top hat. Among other attacks, this Thresher also has a singularity attack, so make sure to have a significant cover. This is the only Thresher I'm not entirely sure of the origins of its name or what it references exactly, so feel free to let me know in the comments. Once you have defeated all the Threshers, you can then place a mini trophy version of them on a stand near the bridge. After you place the fifth and final Thresher trophy, the chest below will unlock. Unfortunately, for all the work you do put in, you only get a single normal chest, so it's a little bit disappointing. But since you're here anyway, don't forget to go over and melee that little loot leprechaun that spawns in the cave while you're here, and you can get some additional loot. Anyway guys, that's pretty much it for the secret Thresher bosses. If you guys enjoy watching these videos, let me know by leaving me a like, comment, or subscribing if you aren't already, and thanks for watching.